It's hard to reflect that council members are late. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We're about.
All right, good afternoon. Let's call this meeting on City Operations Committee to order at 4 o'clock. Let the record reflect that all committee members are present. Looking for a motion for the April 17th minutes.
So moved.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public comment, anybody here on public comment matters? If you're here on a specific item, you can wait to talk to that if you choose to. Or if you want to say something now, it's open. Seeing none at this time, we'll just move on to the items, and if anybody has something to add, we'll add it then. Discussion item B, a resolution for a liquor license transfer, Darlington and Barnum request for transfer of 5,000 shares in conjunction with the Class C and specially designated merchant license and Sunday sales outdoor service area and dance permits at 1210 South Washington. Is there anybody to talk about that? You can come to the table if you don't mind. Sure. And if you don't, you can sit too. You're good. And people can sit at the table or on the side. If you don't mind just giving us a overview, some information, some reasons why. And just
My family has been in the restaurant bar business since the 1950s. And my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad, and me. And so the transfers are from a bar that I just built 3 years ago. It's called the Rusty Mug Bar and Grill in Rio Town. And the stocks are in my parents' name. And so they're 82 years old. So that's the reason for doing the transfer into my name.
Okay, stocks, I'm confused a little bit. So maybe attorney or anybody, how are shares of, is this a public or publicly owned? Shares of private stock.
It's a Class C. It's a C Corp.
Okay, and I guess attorney, do you know why we're talking about shares today? I was just confused.
I think whenever there's a transfer, it's like a certain threshold of ownership, obviously designated by shares, then it has to go back through the local governmental approval. So I'm assuming that the 5,000 shares is above the threshold for the Liquor Control Commission, and that's why it comes back to you.
The Liquor Control Commission has already approved it.
So it's going from Rusty Mug?
No, it's coming, the corporation that owns the liquor license is Darlington and Bartram. That, all this, the 5,000 shares that were in that corporation go from my parents into me. So I am now the 100% owner of the Darlington and Bartram.
And I'm sorry, your name?
John Fody.
Jeff Cody. All right, thanks for that information. Any questions or comments?
No, it's a great location, incredibly well run. I would assume you also own the Saginaw
West side,
location.
yes.
Yeah. And prior to that, Odie's Park Grill.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, we like Rio Town. It's been a nice improvement. We've
Like
had
it
it for
is.
years and years, and it was not a very desirable part of town to go to.
Right.
When Board of Water Light went up.
That was huge.
I completely gutted the whole entire place right down to the studs, and we redid all the brick, we refurbished it, and so yeah, it's my baby. I love that place.
All right.
All right, any other comments or questions?
No, it looks like from the packet, all sign-offs have been had. There's no issues. Seeing none, I would move for approval.
Proper motion on the resolution. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. And from here, we go to
City Council on Monday, the 20th.
City Council on Monday, the 20th. You're welcome to appear if you want to. I can't say for certain, but I don't expect there to be much,
So I
conversation.
do not need to be there though.
There will be a vote with or without.
Without me, okay, all right,
I don't suspect it'll be controversial.
okay.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. Can I? Oh, we're doing.
Moving on to next item, a resolution for for a nonprofit recognition KPS Special Olympics Golf Classic. Is there someone here? Yes, sir.
That's me.
You're welcome to stay there, move to the table. It's up to you.
We're in a boot. How about I stay here?
If you don't mind telling us your name for the record and an overview of what's going on and what just a summary.
My name is Don Loading, LODING, and I'm overseeing the KPS, the Golf Classic. It's 37th year, Country Club of Lansing. This recognition, it's established, it's a 50C3, it's established. But in order to get a raffle ticket license for the charitable gaming division, we have to go through this process of city recognition. And it's quite simply why we exist for one purpose only, one annual golf outing each and every year. And this is to conduct the standard raffle golf outing and submit this to charitable gaming.
All right, and just maybe a sentence or two on you raise money for the Special Olympics.
Oh, yes, the
annually.
beneficiary of the outing of Special Olympics, yes.
Is that locally or is that in the whole state? Where are the Special Olympics? Sexton
Well,
still?
The Special Olympics is statewide, but we help fund Area 8, which is England. Its offices at the Beekman Center. But they have adaptive PE and activities at all of the schools.
And this is so you don't have to pay taxes or ultimately the reason is so that, I see you're shaking your head.
It's to have a wrap. Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have shaken my head.
Just to have a raffle because you need non-profit status for recognition from the city to have a raffle.
Yes, we need the recognition, yeah, and we need the nonprofit status down charitable gaming in order to have the raffle. So recognition is required. To be quite honest, I'm a little puzzled as to why, but
Fair enough.
I filled out all the forms.
Any questions or comments?
No, Ms. Hagan, did you have anything that you did shake your head?
Sorry, it's not so that they can have, it's not for any tax purpose. It's under the charitable gaming, they have to be locally recognized as a nonprofit to be able to get the appropriate licensor to do the raffle is all.
But after we get this qualification, then we have to be qualified all over again by charitable gaming. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Much like the MLCC process that you undergo with liquor licenses.
Just one curiosity.
Certainly.
How come a private golf course instead of our public golf course for this?
You know, it's been at the Country Club of Lansing for 36 years. It was started by George Perlis. KPS is Kelly Perlis Secchia, Frank Kelly, George Perlis, and Peter Secchia. You know what? I can't answer that question as to why it originally started there, but we are kind of a premier outing and we have a pretty reasonable fee. It's important to us to have the country club because of the quality of the course in terms of maintaining the relationship.
Sure. Don't dispute that. I just was curious. Groesbeck is a beautiful course.
I play there all the time. It certainly is.
All right. Seeing no further discussion, looking for a motion for the resolution.
So moved.
Motion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Same day.
Yeah,
Same thing for Monday.
she coached me up ahead of time.
All right.
Briefed
Wonderful.
him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good day.
Action item D, resolution for the special assessment Glenbourne Commons trash and grass abatement. I can speak to this because. Wait, are you here for this?
Nope,
All right.
You want to be?
I know about it, but
I think everybody, for the most part, knows about it. This is where Glenbourne Commons has a common area that over time, the cities decided to do a special assessment and assess all of their dwellings, $47 a year, just to take care of that area. make sure it's done. That's been going on, and there's certain procedures required. We had the public hearing last week. Now we're here in committee. I see nobody here for public comment, and are there any comments from committee members?
No, just that I continue, I visit the Leno neighborhood often. They continue to be, at least from the folks that I hear about, thankful that we actually do this. Prior to 2016, it was a disaster over there for about almost a decade. Really wasn't political will to take care of that. The first, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 rolls were a lot higher, right, as they worked to clean that out. So I think there was some price shock to some folks over there in the beginning. But I think now they really appreciate it. It was kind of a public safety issue over there. It was a health and safety issue over there. And this is a heck of a lot better than the alternative, which would be we could actually go over there and cite every single one of those owners every time the grass got too high, right, out of compliance with code, abate it, split it up, charge admin fees, et cetera. So this is, I think, the cleanest way to do it. I think folks over there agree.
I agree. It's the cleanest way to clean.
There you go. So with that, I would move the resolution.
All right, we have a resolution, motion in place. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Action item E, a resolution authorizing the Public Service Director to apply for state highway right-of-way on behalf of the city. And I see the Public Service Director. Please come to this table and share all the information you have.
All the information I have is that historically, we've done an annual permit with MDOT for maintenance, and this would allow us to have a resolution one time. And then all we have to do is provide proof of insurance each year. So it gives us, it's procedurally just easier. Why we haven't done it in the past, don't know. But
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we are applying, I'm still a little bit confused. Are we getting money? Like, what are we
Yep.
doing?
this allows us, our permit now allows us to do maintenance in MDOT's right of way without applying every single time
Right.
we do work in the right of way. So it's an annual, it was an annual permit that we got, and now this is because if we have council resolution, that satisfies MDOT's requirement, and then we just have to provide proof of insurance annually.
Questions or comments? I feel like, can you pick up trash in there right away too?
Yes. We can, and we actually, if they approve it, we get paid for it, but they'll only approve that, I think I have a couple times a year in the right of way, and MDOT right of way, they'll pay it.
So I guess that's what I was going to ask them. When you talk about they contract with us for maintenance, what does that include?
So that includes plowing, street sweeping, potholes, other road maintenance, right of way cleanup if they approve it. The mowing that we get, I think we get 7 mows a year by contract. There are other couple, I'd have to look back at the, it's actually specified currently. And so this is actually gives us broader maintenance rights in the right of way. The genesis of this was actually LPD wanted to put some cameras in the right of way. Our current permit does not allow that. So either they would have to apply specifically for other approval, or with this, that would fall under the more general approval, this resolution.
All right, any other comments? Looking for a resolution? Motion?
So moved.
Motion on the resolution. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Record reflect, passes 3-0. Anything for the good of the meeting on other?
Yeah, just real quick, since we have Andrew, since this is city operations, have you seen the correspondence with Carolyn?
I did. I need to check into, as far as that's Jolly, right?
Yes.
Sidewalk, south side of Jolly, west of Waverly.
Yep. Had some discussion about potentially putting a sidewalk in West Jolly, kind of in front of, because it's an woods area.
Yeah, I think they're actually, there's 2, right? Because there's one, they're next to each other. But yeah, there's no sidewalk, there's no lighting. A little more difficult because, not because it's in Eaton County, but the road itself is not under our jurisdiction. The properties are under ours.
Right.
The north side of that's Delta Township, and we don't have road authority, so we actually have to get approval to put anything in the right of way.
And piggybacking off of Councilmember Hussein's comment, since I have you here and it's other, the medians, or excuse me, the islands in the west side neighborhoods, grass is getting long. Do you deal with that? Or your department?
Probably. So we have two contracts. One is right of way and one is parks mowing. And I know that's started for the season. This is always the bad time of year because stuff is growing really fast. And we try and keep within our contract amount. Same time, we need to comply with city ordinance and can't let it go over 8 inches. So I can check into that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I've received some concerns about the grass length and the islands and the medians, but it looks like the medians were cut, so.
We've started to do medians.
So parks and cemeteries are United, rights of way, United as well, or no?
No. United did have both. Now it's, I want to say it's like Real Green. We have two separate contracts. We bid them out separately and we can have one contractor bid on both of them. This time, for whatever reason, United missed the deadline in one.
Okay.
So they didn't bid, so we have a new company. And then we bid those at least every 5 years.
And so let me ask you this, when we privatized, if you will, parks and cemeteries back in 2012, did we do rights of way that same year? Or was that prior to?
I believe, yes, we basically got out of the mowing business that one time. Sold our mowers and everything. And so then we bid that out. I think we actually did a study before we got out of that, and we found that based on what we're paying for people to, maintain the equipment and everything else was going to save us money because our garage was spending a lot of time, maintaining mowers.
Right.
And then just our cost basis is higher than it is for private contractors to just do that.
Yeah, so I actually remember the conversation. I think the number that was thrown out there was annually $250,000.
Yes, it was somewhere in that range.
So,
Now, have we gone back to do a study to look at that? I know like the first couple of years we did to say, are we seeing those savings? I don't know if we've gone back now, but the problem is now we have no equipment. It's really like, okay, we're going to say, spend, say it's $1 million. I don't know what it is to get all that equipment back.
Right.
And then whatever the maintenance cost is going to be. And then we'd have to hire employees, probably a combination of full-time and seasonals, and the seasonals are hard to find. So if we couldn't get seasonals, then we do it with our full-time employees with overtime. And it's an analysis we could do again, but since we're having trouble even keeping up with the other stuff we're doing, I'm not sure if we'd be able to add more duties. That was a lot of time and knowledge of employees that were just doing mowing.
I don't want to catch you off guard, but I am going to put that in our budget policy document.
Okay, we can,
Okay.
that's fine. We can definitely take a look at it and see what that would be. Go back and look at old costs and kind of see what.
And we have to be able to speak with some measure of certainty, right? When folks are asking these questions.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, anything else? Let the record reflect, we are adjourned at 4:18. Andy?
Yeah.
Can I tell them that